as we get set for another edition of the CFAR 590 Norman Sportsline program. As promised, Mike Reagan, the head coach and general manager of the Bombers, is with us. Lots of news and happenings. It's getting really close. Main camp starts Friday.
Yes, it does, Robbie.
Wow, what time?
Well, we're going to have registration about noon. The guys will be down there, and then the first ice session won't take place till 2 o'clock. And, some things are still getting finalized here. We've got a lot of kids out at Western League camps, and, some kids that, kind of give you the runaround. Yes, I'm coming. No, I'm not. Trying to find spots on different teams and stuff like that. Like, I know there's some kids that are planning on coming out here that are still with some other teams in Alberta and BC, that they went out to their camps first, obviously, because their camps happened a lot earlier than the SJHL's.
Do you have an idea in your head how many kids are going to be in?
Yeah, I'd say probably about 50.
Is that a normal amount? Or?
Yeah, I mean, usually we have 3 teams for camp. The last couple of years, I've been thinking more and more of just putting together 2 teams and just making it real competitive and that sort of thing, and then you can really focus in on the guys. I mean, especially this year, we don't have a lot of spots available, so we really wanted to highlight a few kids that we wanted to keep an eye on, but we're always looking for other players. I mean, we've got a couple things in the works here that maybe we can bring in a big power forward. Or
you looking to make a deal?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, we're always looking. I think that one of the areas that we'd like to upgrade is in some toughness up front. I think it'd be nice to have a 6'4" guy that bangs and crashes, and I think we'll give some guys an opportunity to prove to us that they can do that for us. But that's what's on our wish list right now.
So you're kind of going to maybe see how things go up throughout the preseason before you make a deal, or if that deal, well, obviously you must put some feelers out there.
Yeah, Hardy, there's a kid that we're looking at right now that I saw 2 years ago, and he just became available last night, and he's a kid that I tried to recruit up here.
Within your league?
No, out. He's playing out in BC.
Okay.
And I liked his skill set. He's a big kid, 6'2", 180 pounds, maybe 100, probably about 190. Hopefully by now, he put up decent numbers. But we just want to try to find a fit. I think we've got the right pieces in place. We've got most of our core back. I really like our core. I mean, when you take a look at the Belaski, Storziks, McCombie, Hebert, Blair, Litke, you've got a pretty good start right there up front. And then on our back end, when you can throw out names like Brock Hounsell, obviously Roach, Weldon, Hall, Clark, when those are your top 5 D-men, you're pretty solid. And then obviously having Buffalo back there, and Red Iron's in town, and we got a couple more goalies that are going to compete for that spot. We just got word that an American kid's going to come up here, that a goaltender that has some junior A experience and had some pretty good numbers. So I'm really looking forward to camp. I've watched the guys skate the last 2 nights. If there's people that are interested in coming out, the guys skate at 9 o'clock every night. Here, Tuesday and Wednesday they're going to skate, and Thursday they'll have an optional skate if they want, and then camp gets started on Friday. But the 26 guys that we've got in town right now that are skating look pretty good. The skill set of our team, I don't think, has been this high in years. Even thinking back to 2 years ago when we had that really strong team, I think the skill set of this team is much higher than that.
You say that, Mike, and you mentioned that some kids kind of give you the runaround about coming in. And I know that every job is up for grabs, but kids don't necessarily think that way. Has it been a factor, maybe not having as many guys you want, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of spots to be filled? Well,
there's no question that hurts, Hardy. I mean, when a kid's asking you, how many spots are available, and you tell them that there's 1 or 2. I'm not the type of guy that wants to give the kids the runaround and
right.
Make empty promises or anything
like that. Saying that, though, Mike, isn't it? You must be there must be. There's got to be. I'm thinking surprises every year at camp.
Well, not as much as there used to be, Hardy.
Okay.
I think I think that with the recruiting and the scouting that goes on these days, I mean we've got 4 or 5 guys that do scouting for us throughout the year. I mean, you have a pretty good idea of what these guys bring to the table, beforehand. To make it, to earn a spot through camp, you've got to do something pretty special. And we've over recruited this year. Like I said, we've got 26, 27 guys in town right now that legitimately can play junior hockey. And that's not the guys that are coming to the camp, and there's a few other guys there that are on our radar, and that we're at our spring camp, and we're hoping that they do come and that. But again, getting back to what you were saying, when they know that there's only 1 or 2 spots available, you got some kids that are coming from BC that's a long ways to come for a pretty slim chance at making the team. But we do want to see guys, and you just never know what a kid can bring to the table until you actually see them in game action. So we've got 6 exhibition. That's why we added 2 exhibition games, is because we really want to see what we got and throw some different line combinations together. It's going to be a good opportunity to see if there's chemistry there with we on paper we've put together lines that we think might have some chemistry, but you just don't know until they play together, so we want to use the exhibition season to really gauge where we're at, and if there's any holes that need to be plugged, and just jostle some lines around so that we can see if there's any hidden chemistry there.
6 exhibition games, like you said. You play a number of MJHL teams too, Swan Valley and OCN in there as well, which should be really interesting, especially the game down there. Is there any particular names you can throw out there that you are really excited about? Maybe any of the new recruits that you're really interested and excited to see what they can do in the preseason as for the year coming up?
I'll tell you what, just watching Brett Bames skate with our hockey club, this guy is slick. I don't know if I even knew he was that slick. I mean, his puck skills are unbelievable, and everything he does is smooth. He looks. I don't know if beautiful is the right word, but everything he does, I mean, it just looks beautiful, and he sees the ice so well, and he's very creative, and handling the puck. I think this is a kid that could put up some huge numbers this year, especially with the veterans that he's going to get to play with. Hayden Dawes is the big 6'4" guy that we recruited out of Leduc. I mean, he's been battling injuries all summer, so I'm not sure we're going to really see the impact that he can have on the hockey club until maybe he gets a little bit more healthy. Danny Chartrand and Garrett Zielinski on the back end, really excited about their skating ability. We got Austin Caladine that's in Calgary Hitmen's camp right now. We're not sure what's going to happen there with him, but with the NHL lockout looming, I mean, that's going to have an effect on all the Western Hockey League teams, and maybe we benefit from that. But we've just got to worry about who's here, and we're going to be very picky on the type of players that we go after, because I do think that there's only a couple holes that need to be filled.
Quickly, Mike, before we let you go, what is the agenda for main camp? 50 kids coming in. How are you breaking it down, and when's the inter-squad game, and the particulars, I guess, that people need to know?
Well, what we're looking at doing is Friday afternoon there'll be a couple practices. Each team will practice, and then Friday evening there'll be a couple games, and then Saturday there'll be a couple games in the morning, and then in the afternoon into the evening as well. And then Sunday's maroon and white game, or depends on what jerseys we're going to wear, black and white, is going to be at 4 p.m. on Sunday, and then we jump right into exhibition on Monday, Tuesday. So everything's going to go pretty quick here, but it should be an exciting time at the rink. I mean, I just really think that fans should be really excited about this team. I mean, we still need season ticket holders. Get your tickets now. We're going to try to have a blitz at the Pioneer Park here one of the days during exhibition season. And I think it's just an exciting time to be a Bomber fan and to be a Bomber and part of the organization with this talented group. And that I just want to mention, Hardy, that Denise Warnick won the $1,000. She was drawn from our first 300 tickets, and so we're really happy. She's been a season ticket holder for a while, and congratulations to her. And we'll be drawing another $1,000 once we hit 400. So
what are you at?
We're about 315 right now, I think. And I've talked to a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that haven't got their tickets out there. That's not including the corporate tickets. So usually that's about 100, so we're, realistically, we're probably sitting around 415 once we get all our corporate tickets in. My goal would be 600. I'd love to see us hit 600, and I think that's realistic, and especially with the product that we're going to put on the ice. And every night's going to be an exciting night at the Whitney Forum. And there's some good teams out there. I think Nipawin's going to be a very good team this year. I think Battleford's going to be a pretty decent team. Melfort's going to be better. Larange is always a thorn in our side, and obviously the Humboldt Broncos. I mean, Dean Brockman does a terrific job every year, and with the experience that those guys gained, I know they're missing a lot of scorers, but the experience that those guys gained last year, I think that they're going to be a tough team to beat as well.
It'll be fun to watch. Mike, thanks for doing this. Good luck at main camp this weekend.
Thanks very much, Hardy.